Storytime with Sweetcorn Steve.
The voice under the bed. Lily was a quiet child, soft-spoken, gentle, always lost in her thoughts. At bedtime, she had a habit that her parents found unusual, but harmless. Every night, she leaned over the edge of her bed and whispered into the darkness beneath it, as if someone were listening. At first, her parents ignored it. Kids invent imaginary friends all the time, but the whispers grew longer, deeper, and more serious. They began to carry a trembling tone fear, not play. One night her parents stood in the hallway, frozen, listening to Lily's voice through the cracked bedroom door. "I don't want to," Lily whispered. "Please stop asking." There was silence. Then another voice answered from beneath the bed. It sounded exactly like Lily. "We have to take her now. Her parents are coming." Her parents rushed into the room, switching on the lights. Lily sat up straight on the mattress, shaking, tears streaking down her face. When her father asked her who she'd been speaking to, "Who are you talking to, darling?" she wouldn't answer. She kept whispering, "Don't lift up the blanket. Don't ever look under the bed. Don't lift up the blanket." They took her to sleep in their room that night. When morning came, they returned to her bedroom, only to find deep gorges ripped into the wooden floor beside the bed. Fresh scratches, bloodied and splintered, as though something had been dragged violently underneath the bed. For 3 days, Lily slept beside them on the spare metal bed. Then one night at 2:43 a.m., the baby monitor crackled to life. "Mummy, are you awake?" Lily's voice whispered through the speaker. "Mummy, are you awake?" Her mother sat upright and pressed the button. "Yes, sweetheart, Mummy's here," the reply came after a shaky breath. "I'm under the bed." Looking down at their daughter sleeping peacefully on the metal bed, the monitor continued transmitting, the sound thin and desperate. "She took my place. She won't let me out." Terrified, her mother ran to Lily's room and swung open the door. The room was dark and still. She knelt beside the bed, grabbed the edge of the blanket, and slowly lifted it. Two wide, tear-filled eyes stared back at her from the shadows. Lily's pale, bruised, trembling reached out a shaking hand. "Mummy," she whispered. "It's not me, Mummy." Footsteps creaked behind her. She turned. The Lily who had been sleeping in their bed was now standing in the doorway, her head tilted too far to one side, smiling too wide for a human face. "Hi, Mummy. Don't worry," she said, speaking in a voice that sounded like two voices overlapping. "You won't ever miss me, Mummy." Suddenly a cold hand shot out from beneath the bed and wrapped around the mother's wrist. She screamed as she was pulled into the darkness, the door slamming shut with a violent crack. Hours later, the police officers arrived after a neighbour reported the screams. They found the house eerily quiet, everything clean, orderly, untouched. Lily sat neatly at the edge of her bed, hands in her lap, smiling softly. One officer knelt and asked gently, "Where is your mother, sweetheart?" Lily smiled, widened. "Mummy's under the bed." When the officers lifted the blanket, what they saw sent two of them out of the force permanently. No report ever described what they found there that night. The girl on the bed didn't blink. She kept smiling. And if you listen closely, you can still hear whispers in the dark. Sometimes it's nothing, and sometimes it's something waiting to take your place. Thank you for listening.